Minecraft has been adding so many updates lately, like the Bundles of Bravery, the Garden Awakens, Spring to Life, Chase the Skies, and the Copper Age. But what are we supposed to do with all those new items and blocks that they've introduced in these updates? Well, that's where I come in with my super cool and totally original idea of the Ultimate Ender Chest and Shulker Box Organizational Guide, version 3. In this video, I'll show you a quick and painless guide to organizing your many shulker boxes inside of your ender chest, a more detailed guide to organizing that stuff, a diet version for people who only want the essentials, and some alternative shulker box designs that you can use for any of your gameplay needs. But before we get started, this little graph here tells me that only 0.7% of the people who watch my vids are also subbed to my channel? So if you like this vid, hit that like button. Together we can teach that algorithm a thing or two. And also subscribe, because oh my god, I have so many ideas for vids that I'm just itching to get started on. So, I was waiting a while to make this video. I've already made 2 previous videos about the subject, and in the last one, I said this. If you have any suggestions for other types of boxes, please leave a detailed comment below. Maybe it will appear in the video when I do this for the 1.22 update. So I've basically just been waiting for 1.22 to come out. Also, Poppy's back, but she also brought her smelly friend, Jeff. I don't trust you, Jeff. Everyone type in the comments how stupid Jeff's face is. Poppy will help us later with a demonstration of the alternative boxes, so make sure to stick around. But let's get started with the main event, the 26 shulker boxes that have been chosen by yours truly to be the greatest boxes ever, the most important, and oh my god, stop. Dude, I can hear your breathing all the way over there, and your breath smells like hay bales. Wait. Why aren't you leashed up? Ooh, can somebody get this guy a lead? I feel very nervous with him being this close to me. So, before I start out the list, a small disclaimer. Not all the items from the game can fit into this design, and wait until I finish all of the boxes before you leave a comment saying that I missed something. I've included downloadable images of all the sets of shulker boxes linked in the description below. Each shulker box has a number, a name, and a color to help you keep track. I advise leaving one slot for ender chests because if you lose yours, retrieving it back is made easier by just grabbing it from another ender chest in the world. Each item will be displayed in quantities of 1, but that's just so that it looks better in the guide. And as always, this system is just my opinion. If you want to change anything, feel free to do so. So let's start the quick guide. If this is too fast for you, you can pause or just skip ahead to the longer version. Got the color box for all your dyes, and the raw box to give the animals a prize. There's a red box for all your tinkering needs, and the hail box, don't forget your prayer beads. The sand box, don't lose those grains, and the timber box, brawn over brain. The carpenter box with the wooden tools, and the light box, not afraid of no ghouls. The picnic box, time for a treat, and the farming box, these hoes can't be beat. Here's the leaf box, fresh from your lawn, and the flower box, let them live on. It's the drop box, don't lose your head. Here's the aqua box, there's water to tread. The war box, gotta represent, and the brick box, sorry no cement. It's the treasure box, you must be rich, and the end box, no this ain't no glitch. Here's the brew box, please don't combust, and the terror box, how about you eat my dust. The rocket box, travel to the moon, and the ice box, you probably need a spoon. The tool box, fix things with finesse, and the mail box, do you want it express? The rock box, always found in ditches, and the loot box, so you could store your riches. Alright, feel free to roast me in the comments section, cause you know my beats are so fire! Why do I say this stuff? Cringy songs aside, it's now time to go more into depth about all the boxes. So let's waste no time with that. Right, Poppy? You're such a good girl, yes you are. Jeff, why do you have that? Okay, who let Jeff have the knife? Oh. See, now he's out of control. Come on, Jeff, cut it out. Oh. No, don't come near me. No, leave me alone. So, back to the explaining of things and not being interrupted, starting with the color box, which is still a place for your dyes and dyeable blocks like terracotta, wool, glass, and candles, and glow ink. Originally just for raw ingredients, the raw box now is home to all of the items used to breed animals. A lot of new animal mobs have been added over the updates, and I never have those items on me, so I made a box for them. It also helps with getting that advancement called 2x2, breeding all of the animals. Mostly the same, the red box is still a place for you to store all of the blocks related to creating redstone contraptions. I removed decorated pots and copper bulbs as they weren't as popularly used as I thought they'd be. Instead, we got the crafter for auto-crafting resources out of farms, and the tripwire hook. Super underrated, but I've used it a lot for other projects, so I think it's worth a try. Also, mostly the same is the Hell box. Most of it now is to house some of the junk items you get from the Nether, and more slots for netherrack, plus a backup piece of gold armor to watch out for piglins, and a second location for gold ingots to trade with them. The sandbox is still a place for you all to store all your sand and sandstone related blocks. I wish they would allow us to obtain suspicious sand, then I'd also put that here. The timber box is still the place to store all logs and planks variants, but we've added pale oak logs and planks as well. Plus, plantable bamboo is also here if you need it. Previously, the carpenter box was used to store a bunch of different wooden items that you could craft, but it seemed kind of redundant, so now it stores those same crafted wood items and blocks, but of just one tree variant. And I've added other items from the tool category here that are crafted using wood, so as to keep with the theme. I actually have made 11 more shulker boxes that basically just serve as the same as this box, but instead of crafting up the stuff with oak, it uses the other variants of trees, just in case you like using wood from another variant more than the normal oak variant. Pretty much the same. The light box is where you store all the blocks that give off some sort of light level. I've added in the copper lantern, torch, and bulb, and the firefly bush. Plus, tinted glass is here, because without light, there is no darkness. Unchanged is the picnic box, which is where all of your delicious food is stored so you never go hungry. Plus, some other foods like cake, and the bowls and mushrooms for various stews and soups. The farming box has a few new additions. This is where all the plantable crops, plants, and seeds go. Also, dripstone is here, despite it not being a plant. I also added resin stuff, pale hanging moss, and a pale oak sapling. Just like the other saplings here, it needs to be planted in a 2x2 pattern. The leaf box also got updated. This box is used to store all of the leaf blocks from trees, but we got pale oak leaves here, and I had to add the leaf litter. It's got the word leaf right in it. In the flower box, new life has blossomed, and it's the eye blossoms from the pale garden, both variants. Other than that, this box has most of the other flowers and the rest of the saplings, plus propagule. Mostly unchanged is the drop box. Here we have all of the mob drops and a few other items related to mobs like cobwebs and turtle scute. I added spectral arrows because you can find them in bastion remnants. The aqua box and the war box are both completely unchanged. We still got all the underwater blocks like coral, prismarine, seagrass, and turtle eggs in the first one, and weapons, armor, shield, elytra in the other one, with room for gear having different enchants on them. It's also got space to store your mace. If I could see your face, you'd think I was a disgrace. Why did I say that? Why? What used to be called the stonemason box is now the brick box. It still retains a lot of its qualities of before, but I changed all of these blocks to be more brick styled. Stairs and slabs are also included. Plus, more of the resin blocks are here as well. Next, the treasure box and the end box are completely unchanged as well. One still holds all your valuables, and the other is still waiting for that dang end update. Come on, Mojang. I know you want to. The brew box has seen a massive change. It used to be a place for a brewing stand and potion ingredients, but that really just ends up eating into your blaze powder reserve, so instead, just leave it at home and take some of your favorite potions with you. Fire resistance for the nether, slow falling for end cities, and weakness potions for zombie curing. Then there's the Terra box, which is most of the Earth style blocks, the types of blocks you would use to make paths. The only thing I changed here was I added pale moss and gravel as well. Both the rocket box and the ice box remain unchanged as well. The first one being a place to store all your rockets for flying, plus paper and gunpowder to make more, and the second for all of your snow and ice blocks, plus chains and clay for some reason. The toolbox has changed a bit. I got rid of the advanced toolbox and took some of the items and blocks from that one and put them here. These are the tools that I think are used very often, and it's nice to have them here for any time that you need them. Since the advanced toolbox was taken out, I decided to make this the mail box. You got all your things to leave notes for other players, books and quills, signs, a lectern, even maps for like a scavenger hunt or treasure map. This box is mostly for multiplayer, but players who play single player can also use this. Almost done, we got the rock box, which also got a makeover. I changed it around, adding a bunch of different stone blocks and their variants like cobbled, polished, or raw, plus cut copper and calcite. All these blocks can be used in the stone cutter, which is included, except calcite. Poor calcite. And last, we have the loot box. In the previous vid, I left this empty, and now that bundles are here, it makes this box a storage powerhouse. Now, if you're going through a structure or just gathering items anywhere, you can store a lot in this box. And if you need space for non-stackable items, you can just put the bundle into a bundle and have space in no time. Plus, I mentioned before that I also created a diet version of this organizational paradigm. Instead of 26 box, it only has 15. And I think just to save my voice a bit, I'm just going to throw up a graphic on screen to show you which boxes are the 15 that I've decided to add to my diet. This means that for the rest of the spaces in the ender chest, you can either add duplicate boxes, empty boxes, bundles, or just have loose items in there. It's all up to you. Thanks to your diet, you can pick and choose whatever you want. Now that we've gone through all the main boxes, it's time to go and visit Poppy and took a look at the alternative boxes that you could make for various different purposes. Come on over here, Poppy. Let's open up those saddlebags and show the people what they've been waiting for. What? You did this. How could you do such a thing? Why would you do this? I thought you were best friends with Poppy. 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. Get over here. Well, we're back to look at these boxes that Poppy risked her life protecting. I can safely assume that we all miss you dearly. The first 7 boxes we will be going over are what I like to call the home boxes, and I call them that because most of the time, these will be left at home, and if you need it, you could just pick it up and take it with you on your adventure. This is a box I like to call the Beat Box. It has all of the discs, even the 2 new ones, Tears by Amos Roddy and Lava Chickens by Hyper Potions. I've also included a jukebox for them to be played in, and some spare redstone parts so that you can create an actual record player in Minecraft that will continually play music discs automatically. I swear, this thing is super cool. Next 2 boxes are actually favorites from the last video. We got the trim box here, which has all of the trims, and of course all of the resources that can be used to trim armor with. I took out netherite and copper. I mean, if you needed netherite, you got it in the treasure box, and I took out copper ingots because the resin brick is much brighter orange than the copper one, so I kind of prefer that. Plus, the shirt box is here for all of your shirts and some bricks if you wanted to make a blank decorated pot. Plus, I also added the small flower pot, and by putting a flower or sapling into that, and then putting that on top of the larger one, makes it look like it is planted in the larger one, making for a really cool and interesting design. Next is the banner box. It's got all the banner patterns, a loom, and a banner of each color. So if you decide on the go you want to make some cool banners or just test out some designs with other peeps, then this box is for you. I got this idea from the brick box. The chisel box is a box dedicated to all the chiseled blocks. Those blocks are so niche that I wouldn't necessarily want to include those in the main lineup in the ender chest, but I still think that they have some decorative uses, and they're never around when I need them, so here they are. This box here was inspired by the recent copper update. I call it the Ox box, because it revolves around copper stuff at the different oxidation states. Mostly items that are not found in other boxes, plus our little buddy the copper golem is here, along with his special little chest, so this can act like a little storage buddy on the go if you need him. And then the last one is the old design for the brew box. This would mainly be for if you needed to set up a brewing area in a different part of your base, or in another area, you could totally pack it all up and bring it along with you. Sometimes the classics work just fine. And then these next 8 boxes are another thing I brought back from the previous videos. I call them the builder boxes. Of course, these boxes are just for builders mainly, but I still think it's a really good idea to have them because it allows for when you have a color palette that you're trying to think of, it's easy to use these to test it out because you have a lot of blocks that are very similar. We have light tones, blocks that range from white to pale yellow, dark tones, which just includes a bunch of dark black, brown, green, and red blocks. We got the earth tones, which is like light browns all the way to dark browns. Got the gold tones, which is pale yellow all the way to bright yellow and a bit of bright orange. Got water tones, which are all of the blues and cyans. Got the fire tones, which are light pinks and oranges all the way to dark reds. And the grass tones, which is all of the different types of greens. There is a large variety of that. And last but not least, we got the gray tones. All of the stone blocks, dead coral, gray bark blocks, and other light to dark gray blocks are also here. Woo! Well, all of that was quite the doozy. I have spent a lot of hours really thinking about all these shulker boxes and how they work with how a person plays the game and what they need most of the time when they are playing. Any items or blocks that I have not mentioned are just items or blocks that I didn't think I would need. What do you guys think? What items do you think are missing that you would think would be useful to have? Also, let me know if you have any idea for a new style of shulker box. Maybe I'll include it on my next Ultimate Ender Chest and Shulker Box organizational guide. But with all that being said, this is the end of the episode. If you like what you watched, click that like button. And if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. See you guys in the next video.